What's up, everybody? Paramotor here. Today is the first time that you were going to ride a motorcycle, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you how you get this thing going. Please like, comment, subscribe. There's a subscribe button to the right. It's like right over here generally. It helps me out a lot. It helps me get my videos out to more people, help me grow my channel. Smash that subscribe button. Alright, so you finally learned the controls, you've done your classroom portion of the MSF course, and it's time to actually get your motorcycle riding. The kickstand is up, and it's time to actually get going, okay? So the first thing you do, if you watch my controls video, you turn that ignition on. You see the instrument cluster go through its whole check system. Your engine kill switch is down, which means your fuel pump is operational. And then you just hit your start button. We're in neutral. I'll hold in the clutch. We're good to go. Your bike's started. You're ready to have some fun. So, here's your throttle. Things that you need to know the most is your throttle and your clutch. Here's your clutch. So, the first thing you need to learn how to do on a motorcycle is get used to the friction zone on your motorcycle. If you're aware of how a transmission and clutch works, a clutch basically turns your bike into being in neutral no matter what gear you're typically in. Alright, your clutch takes your engine and the transmission, who are meshed together like this, and it pulls them apart so there's no power going to the other. So right now we're in neutral. What happens when you put your actual bike in a gear is that things start spinning and you start letting the clutch go. They're going to be allowed to come together and start producing forward momentum. So what you need to control the most on a motorcycle is getting going by using the clutch friction zone, okay? This is how your bike goes forward, is controlling your engine producing power and giving it to the transmission. So the way you get used to a friction zone is you pull in the clutch and you go down one click on the shift lever. You heard that clunk? The neutral light is no longer on. This bike right now is in first gear. Alright, it's ready to go forward. So the first thing you need to do is learn your friction zone. How do you do that? By letting the clutch out ever so slightly. And I'm going to need to be quiet for this because this bike is kind of quiet. But you're letting your clutch out ever so slightly. Alright, your bike is moving. There's no throttle being applied, but your bike is moving. Alright, and now we're going to stop. That is the most simple demonstration of a friction zone. Your clutch goes out. You start hearing the engine bog down. It starts moving forward. Your engine is giving your transmission power right now. Alright, if you wanted to, you could pick your feet up, let the clutch all the way out. We're good. We're moving. Your engine is giving your bike power, and all you need to do is to go faster is apply some throttle. And that's it. That is the most basic lesson of how to get your motorcycle going. When you start doing the MSF course, they start you off pretty simple. They get you going with the clutch or with the friction zone, and we're on a little bit of a hill now, but I wasn't able to find a good parking lot for this. But get your friction zone going, and then they have you stop, and then friction zone going, and then have you stop, friction zone going, and then have you stop. And every time I'm doing that, I'm just letting the clutch out just ever so slightly. Engine bogs down. Bam. And we're going. And that's how you ride a motorcycle. Right there. That is the hardest thing to do on a motorcycle. That is legit the absolute hardest thing to do on a motorcycle. As far as being a new rider, is learning how to get that friction zone and that clutch to work together. Little gay dog. But anyway, so that is the hardest lesson. That's what's going to actually get you guys spending a lot of your time doing at first, is going to be clutch friction zone practice. And this is going to be probably the majority of your first day. So we're at a stop sign. We don't have the right of way, so we got to wait for this car. I want to go across here. What do? Let the clutch out a little bit. Engine bogs down. You get in a little forward momentum. Start applying a little bit of throttle. And what you're doing there is you're applying gradually more throttle and gradually less clutch. So generally what you're doing is, if this is your clutch 2 fingers and this is your throttle, you got the clutch all the way in and you're just going like this. That's all it is, just going like that. And just practice at timing that. That's all it is. It's a little bit of coordination, but eventually it becomes second nature to you. It is something that every motorcyclist, and every motorcycle is different. There's so much gravel over here. Every motorcycle is just a tad bit different. And so, I mean, you can get a rider that rides for 20 years and he gets on a new motorcycle. What happens? Stalls it straight up. And that happens. You know, I've been riding for 5 years. I still stall my motorcycle every once in a great while. So you want to get going. Clutch out a little bit. You're feeling your momentum going forward. Gradually more throttle. Gradually less clutch. No more clutch. All throttle. And we're going forward. And that is the most... That's how you ride a motorcycle right there, my friends. So you've gone from not knowing the controls of your motorcycle to now knowing how to get a motorcycle started and going. And from there, all you do is you pull in the clutch and you flick up 1 gear, flick up. And you can do a little bit of the same action. You know, typically what I'll do is, when I'm going from second to third, and then, you know, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and so on, is I'll give it just a tiny bit of clutch at the end. So I'll pull it in, shift, let it out most of the way like that, and then ease the throttle back on a little bit, let the clutch go, and that provides you for a smooth shift. And this is generally you just learning how to ride anyway. That's not something I can really give you any pointers on. That's just developing a feel. But as long as you know the simple mechanical explanations of these things, you'll be fine. So hit that subscribe button. It's in the bottom right hand corner. Let's do some shifts. So you've applied gradually more throttle, you let off the clutch, and now you're ready to shift from second to third gear. What do? Well, first thing you're gonna have to do, you need to roll off this throttle, pull in this clutch, and flick up a gear. You hear that clunk? And you're gonna do the same thing basically. You're gonna let the clutch out, you're gonna apply a little bit of throttle. Bam. I'm in second gear right now. Coming to a stop, you grab some brakes, grab the clutch. I'm down in first again. Gradually more clutch, engine's bogging down, apply more throttle, gradually more throttle than clutch. You're ready to shift, clutch in, throttle off, gear up, and then apply it again, and that's it. You're in second gear. We'll shift one more time, clutch in, throttle off, gear shifts up, clutch back out, throttle back on. That's it. This motion is literally the same for every gear. It's not as important coming from a stop. It's really not as important coming from a stop, to be honest with you. Like coming from stop right here and getting going in first gear is the hardest gear shift you'll get. But after that, it's the same basic function between every gear, but honestly, it's a lot more relaxed, okay? Because you're not going to stall it out. You know, you can pull in the clutch, release the throttle, kick that gear shift lever up, and then let out the clutch, a little bit of throttle, apply it back on, and then you're going to be in the next gear going slightly faster. So that's all that is. This is your first lesson of how to ride, and it's so easy. All it is just developing a feel. I'm in first gear, slowly letting the clutch out. I start going forward, the engine's bogged down, it needs some throttle. I'm adding some throttle, slowly lets clutch, bam. And before you know it, you're Valentino Rossi. So, stay tuned for my next video where we learn more about how to ride, okay? We're gonna go out on the roads and I'll teach you how to ride in traffic. I'm gonna show you guys gear to buy, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to get you guys ready for your MSF course or whatever you guys have in your states or countries or whatever. Please hit that subscribe button, hit like. It lets me know you guys like the videos. Throw a comment. I love to talk to you guys. Subscribing and liking actually gets my videos out to more people, so help me out growing this channel. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next Learn to Ride. Deuces.